Boeing has seen its shares plummet nearly 13% after one of its passenger jets crashed in Ethiopia. The company dropped to $379 a share in electronic trading before the opening of Wall Street. If confirmed through normal trading hours, Boeing will have lost $24 billion in market value in a single session. Meanwhile, Indonesia has joined Ethiopia and China in grounding its fleet of Boeing aircraft. On Sunday, Boeing 737 MAX 8 belonging to an Ethiopian airline crashed. The plane came down 6 minutes after takeoff from the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa. The incident killed all 157 people on board.
Everybody is in shock, say the relatives of the victims of a plane crash in Ethiopia. All 157 people on board were killed when a Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft crashed just 6 minutes after takeoff from Addis Ababa airport.
The accident is shocking and tragic. As we all know, Ethiopian Airlines is a reputable airline with a good safety record for a long time. The cause of the accident will be deeply investigated by professionals of the field.
The fatal flight was bound for Nairobi and operated by Ethiopian Airlines.
The pilot has had more than 200 flight hours. After receiving the aircraft, we did the first maintenance check on February 4, 2019. It was a new and clean aircraft.
Ethiopian Airlines has decided to ground its Boeing 737 MAX 8 fleet until further notice.
We have grounded all Boeing B737-8 MAX fleet, which Ethiopian Airlines was operating and which was involved in yesterday's accident, as a precaution safety measure.
China did the same on Monday. Back in October, another aircraft of the same model operated by an Indonesian airline crashed off Jakarta, killing everyone on board.
There have similarities with this accident and the Lion Air crash that happened a number of months ago. Both aircraft were very new. It was in the air for 6 minutes. The pilot did have enough time to make an emergency distress call. So that somewhat leaves out, the possibility of some type of catastrophic.
MAX carriers are the latest version of the Boeing 737. Aviation experts say MAX is a very important program for Boeing in the next decade, as it represents more than half of the American company's production. The 737 MAX had already raised concerns among aviation experts after the crash in Indonesia. Boeing says, for now, it's waiting for the investigations to be completed and sees no need to issue new guidance to operators of the model.
Let's now discuss this a little bit more. From Jakarta, I'm now joined by Jerry Sojatman, who's an aviation expert. Jerry, what should Boeing do in your opinion? It's already lost 13% of its shares, and also Ethiopia, China grounded that kind of, MAX 8 Boeing planes. Indonesia also is doing this. Of course, Boeing, you said, is waiting, as you heard, waiting for the investigations. What can that company do in order to, first, save lives of human beings and then also its own reputation?
Well, not long after the crash in Jakarta in October, they, as the investigation unfolded with regards to problems with the components or system parts, they did say they will come up with a fix, and that fix was supposed to come up next month. The thing is, what needed to be fixed was a bit more complicated than they expected. Then they delayed it to June. Now, I think with this accident, should the investigation reveal that the causes are similar, I think they will move it back forward to April as the original intended.
And what do you predict will happen? Do you think that Boeing will be able to save face?
I think if they can come up with a fix pretty quickly, I think they can. But if they continue to delay the fixes or they don't communicate openly about the problems, I think they will have problems in realizing some of the orders, and also it may affect future sales, especially for the 737 model, which is their cash cow at the moment.
All right. I appreciate your comments. Jerry Sojatman, aviation expert, who joined us from